Welcome back. Well, Sunrise in focus now, and age difference in relationships. An increasing number of people are either significantly older or younger than their partners.
Yeah, the question is, does it matter? Jessica Panuccio and Matt Buttsworth share a 9-year age difference. They're with us now, along with relationships guru Des Coroy. Des, guys, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Now, Des, is age difference a barrier to a relationship?
The short answer, it shouldn't be, but quite often it is. The primary reason why people come together, David, is because they love each other and they want companionship, but quite often they have judgments from family and friends if there is a large age difference. So it can be a problem from time to time. It takes a very strong-willed individual to go up against that particular judgment from the family and friends.
Because a lot of the emails we say, they say exactly that. My mother was horrified, but now, 10 years later, when we've got a couple of kids in a family, she's fine about it.
They're the worst problems, family and friends and judgments. But usually they're there because they love each other and there's no ulterior motives whatsoever.
Because the latest sort of media attention has been on Mark Philippoussis and Delta Goodrem. There's an 8-year difference between them. I suppose when you're younger, it does seem a big difference. But then when you're older, it doesn't. The maturities come together, don't they?
Absolutely. Until recently, in fact, within the last 100 years, men were notoriously older than women. In fact, it's considered the ideal 8 to 9 years for the man to be older than the woman, because of the maturity difference. It takes longer for most men to mature. There are exceptions out there.
Oh, no, come on, Des, you're letting the side down.
So the experts are telling us the truth.
There are exceptions.
Finally.
But absolutely, yeah, that can be a problem.
Okay, now Jessica and Matt. Jessica, tell us your story. You're 9 years between you two.
Yeah.
How did you meet?
We met through a mutual friend who put us in touch. We spoke over the phone for a couple of weeks, and Matt decided he didn't really want to muck around speaking to somebody over the telephone for too long, so decided to fly to Melbourne to meet me, and flew to Melbourne and spent 4 days in Melbourne. Yep. And then we got along really well, decided that we wanted to be together, sort of decided we were going to be very sensible about it.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, yeah.
And then
I'm feeling all schmaltzy now. What a great story.
And then 2 weeks later, I pretty much decided I was going to move to Sydney, so...
Wow, that's quick.
It is quick.
Yeah, good on you.
Oh, very sensible.
You knew. You knew. Now, any reaction to the age difference?
No, I don't think so. I mean, a lot of people sort of ask us, is it a big deal? But no, not really. It's really just, we get on well. Maybe I'm a little bit immature for a 30-year-old and she's mature for a 21-year-old, I don't know, but we seem to hit it off.
But what was the reactions of your parents when you told them?
I think...
Was it the age difference or the 4 days?
It was more the moving to Sydney, I think.
Yeah.
that was the biggest
My
deal.
baby's gone.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
Yes,
it was no drama.
Mother.
Yeah. Now, do you 9 years, is that a big difference? Because we've had a lot of people writing in saying 20, 30 years.
In 9 years, it's not much of a difference. You know, when you get to 15, 20, 30 years, yes, there's more perception that could be a problem. In your particular case, you did the right thing probably, because you would have had a long-distance love affair that might have went on for 2 or 3 years, which is an unreal situation. So by moving in together, you can see how you can wash clothes together and do the dishes. And it was probably a very wise decision on your part.
Guys, is that maturity level a big issue with this? Is that what makes it work for you two, that you're on similar maturity levels? A lot of people have emailed in and said age doesn't really matter as long as your minds connect, if you like.
Well, I was going to say the same thing. It's probably a case of, are you headed in the right direction? You know, are you on the same page in life, I suppose you would say? And yeah, we are. You know, we're sort of heading down the track of the future together, as opposed to one of us wanting to run off and travel and the other one wanting to head down the track of marriage and stuff. So we're definitely on the same page, which I think is how it works.
So you've got all your partying out the way, Jessica. You're not sort of, you know, wanting to...
I wouldn't say that, but I'm happy to party with Matt,
right,
as opposed to going off and doing it by myself.
Because that's what some people say. If the younger person is often, you know, still ready to not settle down as much as the older person.
I'd say it's the opposite way around.
Maybe. But it was funny because when we first started chatting, that was certainly some stuff that I brought up with her, you know, but don't you want to go off and travel like stereotypically all the other mid-20-year-olds? And no, I want to do this, I want to do that, and none of it was sort of single-minded though.
Des, we were talking about it at dinner last night, and my girls were saying that what they can't fathom is the public's or the community's perception of an older man marrying or being in a relationship with a younger woman seems to be accepted, but a younger man with an older woman still has people gossiping, sort of the Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore sort of situation. Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's changing rapidly because women now have means and they have financial independence. But there's still a charge on the younger woman because the perception that, you know, she's going to have a toy boy.
Yep.
You know, she's there for the sexuality,
Which is
perhaps.
pretty demeaning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And maybe that is her choice. So what? It's her choice. And we have to realize that. And also, quite often, there's a judgment that she might have means and resources that, you know, the younger man is there for the money also. There's a lot of reasons why people come together. And some of those reasons might be security. Maybe the agreement is, yes, I have affection for this particular older woman or older man, but I want this security also. And for the man or the older woman, they're having companionship. So if it works for them, why do we have to judge that?
Just quickly, advice on how to deal with parents and friends who are shocked and horrified at a relationship with that sort of age difference. What do you say to them?
David, it's very important to set very strong boundaries and say, look, I'm not interfering in your life. Please don't interfere in mine. And if you're the child or the son or the daughter, especially if the older partner has children that are around the same age as the younger partner, that can cause a lot of problems. So unless, you know, that particular younger partner is trying to poison your parent, stay out of their business. You have to have strong boundaries and say, I will not put up with any kind of interference in the relationship.
Good advice. Des, thank you for that. Jess, Matt, what a lovely story. I'm a sucker at heart. That sort of something that's terrific. Hope the relationship goes well.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good luck. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Des.
My pleasure.